Alright, number 11 has the bell ringer today. You can go ahead and work it out on the board.
What? Yeah, don't get me once I'm, actually big again.
Is that a new one or just fix this?
It's a different one. It's not necessarily new.
Looks like I got wrecked.
Oops.
I know what.
My bad, like,
Look, cheeks.
it was just an accident. Things happen.
You're not playing this. You come here for class.
What? Shut up, Logan.
You told me that too.
Harry, shut up. I
I
know
believe,
this.
I believe it.
What?
So I'm gonna.
Harry, I know where you sleep at night.
Okay.
Alright, Ryan's going to explain to us how we did the bell ringer. Let's pay close attention. Ryan, whenever you explain it, will you tell them what the coordinates are, because those joining us on Google Meet cannot see what's written on the board.
It's dilational factor of 1.5, which means it's gonna shrink. So you just multiply 1/2 times each of these. 1/2 times 2, 1. And you do all go along. So A prime will be 1, 2. B prime is gonna be -1, -2.5. And C prime is gonna be -3, 3.5.
Thank you. Emily, tell us, do you agree or disagree? Thank you.
The council approved.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you. Did you say you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Yeah, very good. Now, I would say you could leave those as decimals, or you could leave them as fractions. Either one's fine. I would just tell you or recommend to you that if you're having to graph the points, to put them as decimals. So, for instance, -2.5 would be halfway between -2 and -3. Okay, so -1, -2.5. You would go to -1, and then -2.5 would be right there in the middle. +3.5 would be between 3 and 4. Okay, it might not necessarily be exactly halfway, but it needs to be between 1 and 2. 0.75, like let's say it was 0.75. That would be between 0 and 1, but closer to the 1. So 0.75 would be about right there. Okay? So the reason I'm telling you that is because today on your assignment, you have decimals that you have to graph. Okay? And a lot of people have had questions about those. All right, what questions do you have for me on the bell ringer? Today you're going to do a class assignment. It's due in class. It's individual, so that means if you have a question, you raise your hand, and you do it on your own. 3, 4, 5, and 6, you graph the pre-image and the image after the dilation. One thing I wanted to remind you, because it has been a few days, is how to find the scale factor. How to find the scale factor. It's from C to P prime divided by the length from C to P. Okay, so you do the prime length on top and the original pre-image length on bottom. Now, if this number, if K is between 0 and 1, remember it's a reduction. And if K is greater than 1, it's an enlargement. So what you're going to do today is you're going to do that assignment, and it's due at the end of class. Okay, it's due at the end of class today. And then tomorrow you will have a quiz over section 5.4. And then Wednesday, you're going to take a practice test. Okay, it's going to be just like your test, but it's a practice test to see how good you are at this moment. And then your practice test, you know that data folder that we fill out where we go through and fill out which questions you missed and what your percentage was on each section? We're going to do that on Thursday, so that way you can see what sections you need to study for your test on Friday. Okay, so your actual test is on Friday. Now, I will tell you, if you take your test on Wednesday and you make a 90% or above, you will not have to take the test on Friday. I will just take the score that you made on your practice test. And you won't be required to take your test on Friday. If you make a 90% or above.
Augers, dude.
Everybody makes like 100%, then looks like they do great.
We would just move on to the next chapter, which is what you're doing anyway. Well, Friday after the test, you're gonna start on your chapter 6 vocab. So you'll probably just be working on chapter 6 vocab. If you do take the test on Friday, you're gonna take the test, then start on chapter 6 vocab. So that means chapter 6 vocab will probably be homework. So you probably won't have homework if everybody made it. All right, what questions do you have for me?
None.
All right, I'm gonna pass out the worksheet. Remember, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you need graph paper. It's individual, and it's due at the end of class.
It's on your neck.
No, just a minute.
I'm not. I would never do something like that, even though
Put it as a child predator. It's legally required.
You're gonna wanna use your 5.4 notes, as well as your page 120 out of your student journal. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so use your 5.4 notes and page 120 in your student journal. Is that extra? Sorry. Yes. Yes, this is all we're doing today.
Swag.
somebody last year.
As long as it doesn't distract you and you're working.
Yes.
All right, hey guys, let's be working. All right, Dylan, have you picked up your worksheet out there from the thing yet? Okay, did it have the worksheet in there? Okay, all right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you the work, I'm gonna show both of y'all the worksheet over the camera, and then you can work it out on graph paper, okay? All right, so it's called 5.4 Practice A. Make sure you put that at the top and put your name. And there's your worksheet. Oh, guys, also notice there's percentages on numbers 4 and 6.
Uh-oh.
If you can either use your yellow calculator and type in negative 75% at second with the open parenthesis, or you can change it to a decimal. 75% is 0.75, 50% is 0.5.
Just given, do we have to put like on the graph, just put the original points and the points?
Yes, on the graph, yeah, you should graph both the pre-image and the image.
Well, like, do we have to put the like the pre-coordinates in the?
Oh, no, you don't have to write down the coordinates. The only coordinates, that you actually have to write down are your new coordinates, but you can write those on your worksheet. You don't have to write the coordinates on the graph paper,
Alright,
unless it helps you. If it helps you, then yes, I would say do it, but you don't have to just to do it.
so can like, set negative side of our set, can we do -4 times -0.75?
Yes. As long as your coordinate's -4. Alright guys, remember your chapter 5 vocab is page 19 in your student journal, so make sure you put it in your student journal. Is this yours?
Yeah.
I can't remember whose this one was. And I don't have my paper. Alex, would you help me know, is that your writing?
Yeah.
That is yours?
Mhm.
Alright.
We just do second and then the percent.
Type in, whenever you do like -4 times 75, or -75, type in -75, and then do second, and then percent, and then hit enter. There you go.
So can't you just multiply it by 0.75?
Yes, instead of doing a percent, you could do -0.75. It's just some people have a hard time transferring, percents to decimals.
Is 50% considered 1/2?
Yes. Okay.